Peace and blessing to the chosen. I pray to the Most High yet again for another chance and another day. A new night as the sun went down. This a new night ain't none of us ever experienced. It's a new time, a new season. That many of us weren't promised, and there's a lot of families who use this day or who was occupied today with burying a family member, in a hospital, in a prison cell, consumed with worry, with the mindset and the understanding that they facing serious time in prison. It's people around the world crying and shedding tears. People losing their minds. Somebody went out last week. Somebody went out last night, and somebody put something in their drink. Put something in the drugs, the blunt. And they seeking to just be recreational, get high, and end up losing their mind. If you not that person, man, you blessed. If you not dealing with none of those things, you super blessed right now. So it's all praises, all glory and honor goes to the Most High, the creator of the heavens, the earth, the same one who formed the moon, the sun, the stars, the cloud, put the firmament over us, who created the trees and caused those same trees to bear fruit, and the fruit got seed in them. And those seeds reproduce more of that same fruit. Who made the grass and its different types of grass, who made the bushes as different types of bushes and flowers and colors, who made the birds and they got different types of abilities and they hunt different. The same one that made mankind on the 6th day, then pulled that woman out of man, from the man's rib, and called her a woman. And then he rested on the 7th day, the Sabbath day, the Shabbat. Peace and blessing to the chosen. Smash the like button as you come in here. My name is Paisley. It's the name given to me at birth. My mama told me that the Most High gave her that name for me. And something about it it was weird for a long time for me, but it means church. And look at my purpose and my calling to preach. And that's what this channel is about. I pray that as you come in, that you be edified, that you be encouraged, strengthened, that you learn something. If you stick around long enough, I'm very sure you will. And as you do, smash that like button. Peace and blessing to all the truth troops, all the brothers and sisters blasting the truth, steady putting out their light work. And I'm not talking about light as if it's minute, but I'm talking about their work that shine light in dark places. Peace and blessing to y'all and y'all household, man. Peace and blessings to the chat. Tonight's message, family, the devil's champion. In these days and times, I try to connect the dots not only for myself, but for others to be a watchman for souls. Everybody got a different function and a different role to play and a duty within the grand scheme of things is all the working parts. All right, so with that being said, the devil's champion, what I'm looking at, we know here recently, Trump won. That's not the point that I want to focus on. I'm more so focused on Elon Musk and him choosing Elon Musk along with Vivek Ramaswamy, however you pronounce it. Forgive me, family. He got a strange name. But we want to look at the significance of Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, being associated with Donald Trump. And both of these guys are entrepreneurs. There's something significant. So as y'all come in, though, peace and bless to everybody over Facebook who tune in, the rest of the family who tune in over IG as well. So yeah, and then before we even get into it, I want to share this because it came up twice in this week. I was talking with my aunt Hezekiah, and we were kind of trading information about dreams. And so one thing about dreams, family, if you don't know, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who don't know this, when we dream and we had these visions, which I'm smiling while he talking about it because it was confirmation. I had been dealing with it for like 2 months. the same thing that he said. But when we have these dreams, the way we carry ourselves, the way we think, what we resort to, how we respond to whatever it is that we being exposed to in these dreams, in that realm, it's a telltale sign of the truest part of who you are. So for example, in these dreams, when you face with threats and you face with things that are cause fear to come up on you, if you run, a lot of times that's actually who you are. But if you can resort to, even in your dreams, to think about the Most High, to pray against these evil spirits, to bind these spirits that come to attack us, not just while we woke, family, while we sleep too. Everything is spiritual. And I'm gonna show y'all some of that today, because there's a lot of people who feel like, well, the scientists don't believe in spirituality. Brothers, sisters, family, I'm trying to tell you, they believe more than a lot of y'all believe. And they play these different games, and if we don't have the Holy Spirit to guide us, or somebody who filled with the Holy Spirit to point it out for us, man, we're gonna miss it every time. All right, so if we warn with these dark forces, though, in your sleep, in your dreams, man, if you're able to resort back to the Most High, man, he really in you. Now, that's not just to say that in certain dreams, certain visions, you won't run. That's not to say that in certain visions, certain dreams, you don't fall, because guess what? In some of these dreams, we yield our vessels over to anger in that dream. We yield ourselves over to lust in those dreams. We yield ourselves over to different types of responses. But if the grand or the main way that you responding in your dream is a fleshly way, or a carnal way, a natural way, then the Most High use that dream to point out to you, like, son, daughter, hey, you need to work on this. You a little weak in your spirit. You need to build your spirit up. All right, so just to lay that out on the table, my peace and blessing to y'all. Man, let's have a blast, scrap in. Put your seatbelt on. We're going to get to it. I did want to get some music going, but I tell you what, we just going to jump right in it, man. We just going to jump right into the message. So, again, like I was talking about with Elon Musk. So what Trump is saying he want to do, he want to create a new branch, family. Drop the 7. Matter of fact, I forgot. Drop the 7 in the comments if the audio coming through clearly. Drop the 7 in the comments before I continue on. Drop the 7 in the comments for me if everything coming through clearly, man. Drop the 7 for me. IG, y'all get it? Okay, all praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High, man. Yeah, we at war, bro. We at war. We at war, man. We at war. Don't forget it. Don't slip. Don't think we ain't. Don't let these folk fool y'all. Don't let these folk trick y'all. Man, we in a high time of things. High spirituality to be cutting out a whole lot of stuff. The hour of temptation is heavy. We got so much access to evil and sin is ridiculous. And that's to increase the odds and the chance for us to fall and fail, and in the end, lose our soul. All right, so to be practicing more and more discipline, going against ourselves, training ourselves spiritually more and more every day as the days proceed. So something significant that happened. Well, I'll share that later in the message. But anyway, as I was saying, Elon Musk, Donald Trump got Elon Musk as somebody that's a close figure to him, right? This is the same Elon Musk who has SpaceX, who changed the name of Twitter to X, who also has a machine or a supercomputer in Memphis, Tennessee, by the name of Grock, but it's an X AI system. I'm still studying about that X. It's speculation for me. I'm not going to lay it out like it's all fact, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was, hinting at a 666, but that's just speculation. But what the facts is this. Trump is thinking of creating a new branch. Possibly it might work internally in the government, or it might operate outside of the government. Now, the name of this branch, he calling it DOGE. D-O-G-E. D-O-G-E, which would stand for Department of Government Efficiency. So what the goal is to have Elon Musk along with Vivek. They supposed to be keeping a close eye on the expenditure or the expenses of the government, to be filtering out saying, well, now we don't need to be spending money on that. That's not necessary. Y'all spend, no, we don't need to spend money on that. That's unnecessary. Let's fund the money towards something else that's more important. So they basically would be advising the government on how to spend these billions of dollars. Stick with me. It's not official. It haven't been established. So it's not in place. But that's the intent that Trump has. Now, what's standing out to me? DOGE, D-O-G-E, which is an acronym for Department of Government Efficiency. The way the enemy work, fam, the way Satan work, he do a lot of stuff backwards. So it's DOGE, D-O-G-E, but if we reverse that, that's E-God. Now, somebody say, hold up, people, I'm finna log out. You tripping. You going too far, bro. No, E-God. So think of it in this way. Email, electronic mail. E-signature, electronic signature. Somebody dropped is another one, E, but the E standing for E. So this E-God, electronic God. Now, why am I saying that? Give me a moment, give me a chance to prove my case or at least to explain why I feel that way, family. I'm gonna share my screen. E-God, electronic God. What did Elon Musk say? What did Elon Musk say, man? What did Elon Musk say? Watch this, family. Let's go here.
53.
Yeah, okay. So you said something that caught me. You said you were up till 4 in the morning?
Yeah,
so,
actually a little 5 in the morning. But
okay.
We got the XAI data center or supercomputer center training from beginning installation to start of training in 19 days, which is the fastest that anyone has ever gotten a supercomputer to train.
And is that in that new building?
All right, so the supercomputer, for those who may not be edified on what that is, the supercomputer is a computer that they keep it. This is what they say. They keep this computer at a temperature that's colder than the temperature of space. How they know the temperature of space, I don't know. Y'all can have that. But it's at a super cold level. And this computer, that when they put in any type of question, it gives a response back. They don't really know how the response come back, but it come back so fast. It's a supernatural way that is being done. For example, a question that they asked the previous computer that was the high power computer, it would have took it years to come up with the answer. The new quantum computers, supercomputers, they put the same question in it and the answer came back in a matter of minutes. Now, we understand that a computer is a collection of data. It keeps it and stores it, ones and zeros. So he's saying that they set up this new computer in 19 days, this supercomputer. Check this out, though. Listen to what else he say.
Off to the side?
That's in Memphis, actually.
It's in Memphis?
Yeah, Memphis, okay. The capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come.
Yeah.
Hold on, what did he say? I think you missed it. He said this computer is set up, they set it up in Memphis, which is the capital of ancient Egypt. And what he said?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from. Perhaps, Elon Musk said, perhaps our new God gonna come from Memphis. But keep in mind, in Luke, pay attention to how these people talk. They serve a God, family. But who is their God? This is a lot of people who've been let down hearing people talk about they love God, God, God. What God? Because guess what? Satan is a God to people too, family. This is why it's specific. Even when we read the scriptures and we go through the oracles, the Most High is so cold. He's so cold, and he constantly telling them, I'm the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Listen, man, I'm the same God that parted the Red Sea. The same one that brought y'all out of Egypt. The same one that send you into captivity if you keep playing with me. The same one. This is why even when I roll it out, I got to give honor, praise, and glory to him who made everything. Because I ain't talking about these false gods, these lower gods, these fallen angels. But that's who they serving though. Check this out. I'm gonna go back.
Memphis, the capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, I wish that was funny. Yeah, okay.
Look at that evil laugh. He said, perhaps that's where our new God had come from. And then he started laughing. Pay attention to him though.
Okay, so I want to talk to you about alignment.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
well, look, I mean, there are a few things we're aiming for with Grock, the XAI.
Yeah.
Well, Grock just means to deeply understand something.
Yeah, but it's got that weird background. That's Stranger in a Strange Land, right? Robert Heinlein. That was a favorite book of mine.
The first 2/3 of Stranger in a Strange Land are great.
All right, so while I was dissecting this video, let me stop sharing my screen. While I was dissecting this video, family, it was a few things that stood out. He's still laughing about, man, maybe that's where our God had come from. He's still thinking about it. But then he goes on further and he talks about Grock. And in the point of him saying, hey, Grock, well, that just means he's rolling out an understanding for not only the host who's speaking with him, but for those who are very to aim your thought, guide your thought. Well, Grock just means to deeply understand something, and that's true. But you got to understand everything is spiritual. So we got to listen with those ears of spirituality. We can't forget that, yeah, he might be a man talking, or at least what appears to be, but it's a spirit working through everybody. So I look up Grock, right? Check out what I see, man. E-file for Texas, that's right. Check it out. Check it. This is what I come up with Grock, because he is right. That's what Grock means, to understand something on a deep level intuitively. Yeah. But it also something else that stood out. And I'm going to connect the dots. Most I will. Let's see. Check this out. When I typed in Grock, this is what popped up. Look at that. A demon by figure and presentation. Now, this is a clown. This is a clown, family. This is the man without the makeup. But this is the clown. Now, check this out. I say Grock was a Swiss clown, called the king of clowns and then the greatest of Europe's clowns. Grock was once the most highly paid entertainer in Europe. Now we going there to look at the fact that this clown from Swiss, this most famous clown from Swiss, check this out though. Stop sharing that. Which, that's a mask. Keep the mask in mind, but he's from Swiss. Share my screen again, because it's important that he brought up Swiss. It's important that they talking about this Swiss clown. Watch this. What's important or significant about Swiss? Because Swiss ties to, let's see. Let me find it. Swiss ties to this right here. Let me see. Yes, indeed. This is what Swiss tied to, family. This is what Swiss ties to. Switzerland, Geneva, Switzerland, the place where CERN is. And guess what? Look at this sign. I don't want, because people would say, brothers and sisters is reaching, which we really ain't got to explain it no more to people, man. Not in this hour no more. Not really. That's a 6, bro. There's 3 6s. Here you go. 1. There go another one. 2. There's 3 6s. CERN, which is in Geneva, Switzerland, this is the same operation where they studying nuclear power. They got this ring buried underground. This ring where they saying, well, we studying particles, and we gonna shoot these particles in opposite direction where they gonna smash into each other with the whole intent to recreate the Big Bang moment, which according to science is the moment of creation. Now, for a believer, those who understand blessed with eyes to see and ears to hear, we understand CERN wants to rip the veil of reality, to peer into portals, to release demons, to interact with demons, aka got your quantum computer working because they've been cranking it up, freeing these different spirits out of these what they call higher dimensions. So again, for those who may not believe, if it's your first time tuning in, You got to understand, man, these scientists, they have a mindset of understanding that the realm of spirits is real. They not spending billions of dollars. Well, you got all type of countries putting in and investing. Scientists from all over the world coming together to use this thing called the Large Hadron Collider. All right, but furthermore, why is that still important though? CERN, 666, again, portal, scientists. We talking about, technology tied in with sciences, and all of that is tied in with spirituality. Watch this though. Let me share my screen again. Let me share what about the people who say, well, scientists, no, they just believe in science. They just believe in, well, why is this right here? Why is this goddess, which is something tied into spirituality, donated to CERN family from India? Look at this. You know who this is? This goddess is supposed to be the goddess Shiva. And this is on the CERN campus, where the scientists are. Where so many people believe that, science can be separated, or they don't have any mind state or care concern about nothing that's spiritual. Yes, they do. Even the devil's champion, aka Elon Musk, in this message. All right, so the significance about Shiva. They saying what she's doing, what's called the Nataraj, well, there it is on the screen, the Nataraja dance, which is supposed to be talking about the life force that brings on, was talking about creation, preservation, and then destruction. So you got to ask yourself, well, okay, what is it that they seeking to create, preserve, or destroy? What is those three things that they seeking to, take advantage or go after and pursue? Well, we already talked about it. Look into it more. They want to rip their veil. This is what was a part of if you ever watched that show called Stranger Things. They got the CERN in that show, family, and they saying that the Large Hadron Collider is supposed to be the key to the abyss to free Abaddon. So we read about this in Revelation, where they say that he was given a key to the bottomless pit, and then Abaddon was freed out. So we got to understand, they didn't reject sending this deity with this idol. They didn't reject putting it on their campus, these scientists. They didn't say, well, we don't believe in the spirits. We believe in science. Everything should be able to be viewed through evidence that can be held and touched and seen and researched. No, they accepted it. Why? Because they too understand that spirits are real, family. So that's what we getting from him saying, well, Grock, Elon Musk called the name of the machine, the supercomputer that's being built in Memphis, well, that is built. He called it Grock, family. So spiritually, the Most High connecting the dots, like, hold up, look and see what Grock is. Go see, okay, this is what he's saying it is, but Grock tying it to that clown. This is the cover-up. This is the cover-up for the bigger plot and twist that it's the updating of the beast system against the Most High people. This the same Elon Musk family who said, man, we're going to create this interface called Neuralink or Neuralink, where they put the Bluetooth in your brain, where it's going to be able to connect mankind with technology. You never been to Switzerland. But if you get the Neuralink, guess what? You can go to Switzerland today, download a map to Switzerland, and understand the whole landmass like you've been living there your whole life. That's what Elon Musk want to do. This is the same person who's now shoulder to shoulder with the president of the country. So how much power is that? We're looking at the fact that Trump trying to give them this power to be able to filter out what the government is doing with the money and the expenses of the country, giving them more power. So if that happens, he creating a new branch. Keep in mind, Trump is the same one that came up with the space program. All right, let me show this again, though. Because Elon said a few things. He said a few things, fam, and it went over a lot of people's heads. Check this out. I'm going to go back to that one. Let's go back to it.
53.
Yeah, okay. So you said something that caught me. You said you were up till 4 in the morning?
Yeah,
so,
actually a little 5 in the morning, but
okay.
We got the XAI data center or supercomputer center training from beginning installation to start of training in 19 days, which is the fastest that anyone has ever gotten a supercomputer to train.
And is that in that new building off to the side?
That's in Memphis, actually.
It's in Memphis?
Yeah, Memphis,
okay.
The capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come.
Yeah, I wish that was funny. Yeah, okay, so I want to talk to you about alignment.
I wish that was funny.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
right.
Well, look, I mean, there are a few things we're aiming for with Grock, the XAI.
Yeah.
Well, Grock just means to deeply understand something.
Yeah, but it's got that weird background. That's Stranger in a Strange Land, right? Robert Heinlein. That was a favorite book of mine.
The first 2/3 of Stranger in a Strange Land are great.
The first 2/3 of Stranger in a Strange Land is great. So, you know, people thinking they like P bugged out, man. He tripping. First 2/3 of Strangers in the Strange Land. Let me show y'all because some of us we don't know this. What is the percentage of 2/3? Let me see this. Let me show y'all. What is the percentage? What is the percentage of 2/3? Because we know the script say 2/3 of the people gonna die too. We know this. What is the percentage of 2/3? What is the percentage of 2/3, y'all? Watch this. I'm gonna share the screen so you can see it too. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna share the screen. Here you go. What's that? What's that is? The percentage of 2/3 is 66. It really is 66.67. But we're looking at all these sixes. And guess what? It's the same symbolism used in a sign, the logo of CERN. These people talk, these demons, they crafty. This is why if we don't have the Holy Spirit, you ain't sealed with those, you gonna be swindled out of your soul every time. This is why the enemy want to keep people drowned in transgression, sin, and things that's wrong, distractions, so that you never ever build up your spiritual acumen to be able to recognize and see. He want to keep you in sin because the more sin we commit, the further we are from the Most High. But the more we serve him, obey, keep his commandments and the faith in his son, the closer we are to him. So this is why he want to keep people in transgression, so that he can trick us out of our souls, so that you won't know what's coming when the hammer drop. It's so many people not aware of this right now. It's so many people not aware of this. 66667. 2/3 of the people now. This is what Elon say. 2/3 of the people. But I'm showing all this information, family, so that you would know that science and spirituality is intertwined. At the higher portions and the higher points, we're not talking about the lower level scientists who feel whatever. The ones who making these moves, the ones who actually are effective, they believe in spirits, family. So you got to ask yourself, well, if Elon said, maybe that's where our new God will come from. So what is he saying? What is he saying about default about the one and true living God? Who is his God? Okay, you want to know? Well, let's share the screen again. I want you to see what I can see. See what I can see. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Let me show you something. This is what your boy was rocking. This armor. This comes from a place called, let me see if I can, okay, yeah. This comes from, oh, look. Okay, there we go. Look. Devil's Champion leather armor set. It's almost 10 bands. Just for this. This is a Halloween costume. And it's from this company here, New York Abracadabra store. I'm going to show y'all while we're looking at it. Look on his chest, though, and look on his wrist, his gauntlets on his arms. his wristbands, whatever you call them. That right there, I can't zoom in no further, but it's a cross on this goat's head. You can see it's a goat. There go the horns. There go his ears. It's an upside down cross in the face, in the middle of the face of the goat. We know that the goat is a symbol, the goat head is a symbol of the Baphomet, which is people that's worshiping Satan. There is not no coincidence why all the transgender activity happened. When you look at the image of the Baphomet, it got male parts and female parts, human and animal parts, which that's another study. They combining and splicing the DNA right now, family. They've been having talks with the governments, these government officials, talking about these white papers and different things that the CIA been doing, the FBI been doing, the information that they have. They've been talking about these along with the UAPs, formerly called UFOs. They changed it to unidentified aerial phenomenon. Now they changing it again. They saying, well, we used to call them aerial because they flying, but these things that we seeing, they don't even have wings for flight. So how is it that they airborne? So they saying that they're anomalies. But look, the point that I'm showing here, this armor is called Devil's Champion. Devil's Champion leather armor set, right? So watch this. Let me show it to you again. Let me show you why is that important. Why is that important? Let me go back. Stay scrapped in. Stay scrapped in, family. Let's see. There we go right there. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Here it is. Here it is. Let's see who had this set on. Let's see who rocking that same set, man. There you go. There go your boy. There go your boy, man. Proud with it. The same Devil's Champion armor. Look at what's on his chest. Upside down cross. Goat head. Baphomet head. Represents Satan. He said, this is where I knew. Maybe Memphis is where I knew God gonna come from. Yeah, he's showing you who his God is. This was at a Halloween party for Heidi Klum or Klum. Elon Musk letting you know what's up with him. And guess what? The trip part about it, that this is the guy whose label has the title of being the richest man in the world. Why? How? How did he become that rich? Look, this the same suit, man. Devil's Champion. And this was in close cahoots with the president of the United States right now. This is who rocking right now. All right. He was appointed by Trump. Now, on a side note, what I would like to show, something Trump said, because even with him, this is just a salutation for the Hebrews who've been shining their light, like I was talking about earlier. Listen to what Trump say. Listen to Trump, man. This when he was on Joe Rogan. Look, fair use for this video for educational purposes. Educational purposes, YouTube, IG, and Facebook. Fair use. Do not flag my channel.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
I think I had a great relationship with the military, basically, but I didn't like certain people. I would have gotten them out if I thought if the election was different, I would have fired all of them quickly. Most of them I did fire. Biden should have fired every military person involved with Afghanistan.
Fair use. Fair use, YouTube. Don't flag me. Facebook, IG, don't flag me. Fair use, educational purposes.
He should have had a lot of firings. If you look at him, he told Israel not to do anything, and at least Israel's not going to look at a bomb the way they would have been. Think if they listened to Biden, they'd be waiting for a bomb to drop on their head right now. he's been wrong about so much. I guess you'd have to say that she's been wrong too, because she always said they made the decision together. But Israel didn't follow his advice, and I think it was a very, the Middle East is rapidly changing. There are prophets that say the world will come to an end in the Middle East.
That's what I want. Check this out. I'm gonna play it again.
Say the world will come to an end. It was a very, the Middle East is rapidly changing. There are prophets that say the world will come to an end in the Middle East. You know that, right?
Look, he putting Joe Rogan on game. You know that, right? He said it's prophets that say the world gonna come to the end in the Middle East. Translation, if you don't know, when you got Hebrews out here teaching and spreading the truth about that the end will come by the hands of the Medes, which is today's Iran, you got to understand that. This is why they so focused on what's going on in the quote unquote Middle East. This is why they spent so much money to put those sanctions and restrictions on Iran to not be able to get into nuclear power. They understand this. So it's so many people that's not educated, believing the lies that have been put out to keep the people confused, thinking that those in the higher positions don't believe in the Most High prophecy. They do, family. They believe it more than a lot of us. Why? Because as Elon showed us who his God is, with the Baphomet on his chest, the book tells us that Satan was cast out of heaven. I'm going to get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Revelation 12. Revelation 12, man. Revelation chapter 12. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's feed our spirit some more. Spirit food right here on the table. Let's see. Revelation 12 and 7. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, their old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. And there's a lot of people still deceived right now. So family, brothers and sisters, keep blasting that information. It's for those who willing and those who are the listeners. And when I say listeners, I mean it in a high regard of honor. They actually opening their ears to hear. All right. It said, which deceiveth the whole world. The Christian church Sunday post-Constantine has been deceived. The people in Islam been deceived. If the people are atheists, they've been deceived. A lot of the scientists, they've been deceived. The world, family. It said even a lot of Israelites deceived. It says he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So I'm saying it and me going here because you might not believe in the Most High. You might not believe spirit's real. You might not believe that there's CERN and these scientists trying to rip the veil of reality, find dark matter. You might not believe it. They believe it, and they working day in, day out. All praise to the Most High. Even in the video, Elon Musk said, Jordan Peterson, if I'm not mistaken, he say, you kind of threw me out. You said you was up to 4 in the morning. Elon corrected him. He said, no, I was up to 5 in the morning. Why? The man, listen, he losing sleep trying to fulfill his mission because he know his God, along with all the minions who line up with him, they know they got a short time. Listen, you know, man, it was just January. Listen, my time been flying. Here it is, according to the Gregorian calendar. We already in 2024, family. We finna go into a new year according to the Gregorian calendar here shortly. Time been flying, man. And you can see that. That's from the Most High's hand, Matthew 24. He said that, man, for the elect's sake, for the chosen people, the children of the slave trade in the diaspora. He said, man, for y'all, I'm gonna speed time up, man. And it had to be done because imagine the wicked mind state if Bill Gates of hell lived forever, the same, or live for hundreds of years how we used to. It's another message in itself. But he said the devil has come down to you knowing that he got but a short time. So these folks on the ball, they not playing, bro. These folks working hard day in and day out, overtime, bro. So this why he started firing up these rockets, trying to send them through the firmament. This why, because he has a mission and an objective. Yes, he do. But Trump he say, yeah, man, you know the prophets, though, it's prophets that said the world gonna come to the end from the Middle East. That's prophecy from the Bible. That ain't from the Quran. That ain't from the Egyptian text or the Book of the Dead. It's not on the hieroglyphs or the walls or the pyramid walls of Egypt. That's coming from the Bible, family. So these people, they understand. They gonna pitch it out to you to make you not believe because they understand the power of influence. They understand it. They'll tell you, no, he ain't real. But just like we know about the Pope. The Pope, in his chambers, he worshiping the Black Madonna, quote unquote, which is a melanated image of Mary. Melanated image of Christ or the anointed one, the Savior, Yeshua. They know the scope, man. They just trying to keep you fooled from knowing. So for my partners, my homies, the ones in the hood who tune in, man, open your ears. It's over for the streets, man. It's over for pimping and all that. All that is done, man. We in some time where we need to be paying attention. The Most High is pulling by force and trying to get the people to hear and know. Stuff ain't working out for you because it ain't supposed to. He's trying to get your attention. And if you die distracted, the end ain't good. The end is not good, man. All right, but so just to get a little history. Let's get a little history though, man. How did this system that we have, this government system, of how we even get presidents come about? Well, if we go into Daniel chapter 2, another prophecy, Nebuchadnezzar had this dream. In the dream, he see this statue, and this statue got a head of pure gold. Beautiful. All right, matter of fact, let me just get it. Let me not even narrate it. Let's just get it out the book, man. Let's go to Daniel chapter 2, family. The book of Daniel chapter 2. The book of Daniel chapter 2, man. Daniel chapter 2. So I'm gonna kick in where I give you a backstory about the verses prior to where I'm starting it. So Nebuchadnezzar had his dream, and in his dream he see the statue. The statue has a head of gold, breasts and arms of silver, the stomach and the thighs of brass, on down his urn, and his feet is urn and clay. He don't understand. He wake up and forget the dream. He call all his soothsayers, all his magicians, all the people that'll be super smart in that time of the Babylonian ruling empire. And none of these guys could even tell him what the dream was. So he had to call for somebody that said, well, Daniel, we know Daniel. Daniel, he got the spirit of the Most High in him. So I'm picking up here in Daniel chapter 2, verse 31. Well, let me start with 29. Yeah. I'm gonna start with 27. It says, Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king have demanded cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers show unto the king. But there is a power in heaven that revealeth secrets, and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. So we understand that this vision, though it was so long ago, it applies to the latter times which we living in. The Most High's time system is way different than ours. Keep that in mind. All right, it says, thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed. What should come to pass hereafter? And he that revealeth secrets maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. And a lot of times that will happen too with dreams and visions, family. We might be pondering on something. You might have asked the Most High for something. And then you might not dream about it that same night. You might dream about it 2-3 days later. And the Most High be giving you an answer to what you prayed for. A lot of time what happened, we don't perceive him giving us the answer. So many times we do like Nebuchadnezzar. We wake up and we forget the dream. All right. What I started to do, I wake up soon. If I have a vision like that, I wake up and instantly get to writing it down so I can remember. Or I record it with a voice message so I won't forget it. I will continue on verse 30. It says, but as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have more than any living, but for their sakes that shall make known the interpretation to the king, and that thou mightest know the thoughts of thy heart. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image, the great image being a statue, family. It says, this great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest till that stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. So he's seeing his statue that's made of these different alloys or minerals, right? Each one represents a different empire, though. So I'm going to jump down. Let's see. Where is he giving it? Okay, yeah. Okay, verse 36. Well, I might as well read it through. Verse 35 said, then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together. All praises to the Most High. And became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors. And the wind carried them away, and no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. Now, if you don't know, that stone that came out of nowhere, cut without hands, is the empire and the rulership, the kingdom of Hamashiach, appointed and commissioned by the Most High, the chief of the Godhead. All right, which is gonna subdue all kingdoms. That's the one that we fight and striving for, those of us who light workers, true troops and true disciples, righteous rebels. Verse 37 says, thou, O king, hold up, 36, this is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art the king of kings, for the power of heaven have given thee a kingdom, power and strength and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand, and have made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. Nebuchadnezzar stands as a representation of the Babylonian empire and kingdom. Verse 39, it says, and after thee shall arise another kingdom. So we're seeing that these different metals is representing kingdoms. It says, and after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron. For as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. So it's given a timeline of rulership of world powers. The Babylonian kingdom was the strongest. It was overtaken and subdued by the Medo-Persians, or rather they came in afterwards. After the Medo-Persian kingdom came in, the Grecians, the Greeks. And then after the Greeks, you had the Romans. All right, and Rome has passed down their customs to where we are now, America. All right, what you talking about there, iron and clay being mixed together. And I see the scriptures and understand them to be manifold. When the Most High speak, he don't just speak in one way. It can mean many things, and it'll mean all those things at the same time. Ernie Clay also being the desire, as Elon Musk has, what I would say, to fuse man with machine, aka Neuralink. Fuse man with this technology. All right. But we go on here, family, to show that that's the timeline of these kingdoms ruling. But I was talking about how did we get to the establishment of how the government works in this country. That's the basis of it. So now we in First Maccabees. First Maccabees chapter 8. Watch this. This is how we got to it. Because our people, Israelites, Hebrews, the true Jews, we didn't operate with a president. You know what I mean? And a lot of the ancient cultures didn't operate with a president. So we in First Maccabees chapter 8. We coming, if you looking in your table of content, like where is it? Where is it? You need this book. You need the Apocrypha, 14 books removed out of it, along with several others removed from the Bible. First Maccabees chapter 8, verse 9, where I'm starting it. It says, moreover, how the Grecians, so this the Greek kingdom, had determined to come and destroy them, and that they, having knowledge thereof, sent against them a certain captain, and fighting with them slew many of them, and carried away captives their wives and their children, and spoiled them, and took possession of their lands, and pulled down their strongholds, and brought them to be their servants unto this day. It was told him besides how they destroyed and brought under their dominion all other kingdoms and isles that at any time resisted them. But with their friends and such as relied upon them, they kept amity. And that they had conquered kingdoms both far and nigh, insomuch as all that heard of their name were afraid of them. They talking about, this is the impression that the Greek kingdom had on the earth when it was a world power. Stepping into those, or becoming about to take the seat of a world power. All right. Verse 13, also that whom they will help to a kingdom. Pay attention to that. Now, this is some key information right here. It says also that whom they will help to a kingdom. So they help people become rulers. AKA, how is America ruling? America's power don't just come from America. How did the inception of America start? They came from England, family. They came from Europe. If you don't know, it's two Americas. It's two United States. And the country itself is bankrupt. So the same way, so here's the example. Before we continue, I want to explain this. The same way businesses get a LLC. You get the LLC to become a legally licensed company so that if you ever have an issue with somebody and they decide to sue you in these courts that's under the Uniform Commercial Codes, they'll have to sue your company, not you as an individual. So it gives you protection from losing assets that you might have gained, personal money in your own bank account or whatever you own, vehicles and possessions. It keep you protected so that whoever is suing you won't be able to take your personal, the things that you've gained personally, they will have to forward the suit or take up the suit with your company. So maybe you got a company van. Okay, they might be able to sue you for that, but not for your actual car that you got in your driveway. Same way, America being bankrupt, deficit of trillions of dollars in debt to the crown, who's in Europe, the Queen Elizabeth, that family, the blue blood reptilian family. That same thing is how they created the United States Corporation. So with the corporation, to pay back this debt owed to the crown, they got all these different court systems. This is why when you go to court, all they care about is money. They want to get that bread from you. They really don't care about nothing you're talking about. You really can silence them if you come in there with the right bread, with the right amount of money. They just want some money out of you. And they want that money out of you, whether it's fiat, actual cash dollars, debit or credit, or, well, you know what I mean, digital money. Or if they got to put you in jail, in prison, where they also get money off you being a ward of the state behind the walls. Private prisons. They're going to get some money off you some kind of way. They're going to get some money out of you. This is why they stand out there or they out in the street waiting to try to lock you up for petty reasons. They want to get you in the system, pull you over. You were speeding, sir. Oh, ma'am, your tail light was out. And they get the line. Now you got to come to court. If you don't come to court, well, you in contempt of court. Now we got a warrant out for your arrest. Oh, you want the warrant lifted? Well, you need to get a lawyer. If you can't get a lawyer, we come in, well, we finna go ahead, you have to do 10 days, 30 days. They want their money. And they want the money because that's going to contribute to them paying off the debt to the crown, which is the Queen of England. This is the B system. This is the B system. And I'm saying it because that's where America gets the power from. From Europe, the Roman people. We in the daughter of Rome, family. Don't forget that now. So just like that, what we read here, Greece is saying that they can set up who they want to. All right, and we seeing it, and we got to talk about what's happening with Russia, Ukraine, and the way this going too. But we still in Maccabees 8, verse 13. Also that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reign. And whom again they displace. So when they done with you, they gonna cut you off and let you sink and drown. But when they want to establish you, that's what they gonna do. It says, finally, that they were greatly exalted, yet for all this, none of them, here we go, wore a crown. So we don't see here Donald Trump wearing a crown. We didn't see Biden with a crown. We didn't see Barack Obama with a crown. We didn't see Bush, Gore, Bill Clinton. We see none of these presidents wearing crowns. Crowns are meant for kings. And the power of a king is very different from the power of a president. The king don't have to go through Congress. The king say what he needs to say. If he gonna talk to anybody about anything he about to do, he gonna talk to his councils. But other than that, ain't nobody gonna stop him. And he can go against his council. Like, I don't want to hear that advice. I'm going with my move, man. He or she. But the president got these different channels. Well, we need to get this approved by Congress before we can roll out that executive order. And if they shoot it down, then we can't go forth with the mission. That's how they work with a president. The difference between a president and a king. Verse 14. It says, yet for all this, none of them wore a crown or was clothed in purple to be magnified thereby. Verse 15. Moreover, how they had made for themselves a Senate house. Don't America got a Senate and Congress? Yeah, so they adopted this custom. It was passed down over time through Greece to Rome, to the child of Rome, the daughter of Rome. It says, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting always for the people to the end they might be well ordered, and that they committed their government to one man, aka your president, every year, who ruled over all their country, and that all were obedient to that one, and that there was neither envy nor emulation among them. All right. So I just went there to show y'all what was the inception and the origin of this government system that America abides by and work with and you know, is threaded into. All right, it was something else I wanted to show y'all. Let me see. It's something else I need to get before we close out. What else was it? Oh yeah. All right, so look, now we're talking about the situation with Russia and Ukraine. Me and Yo talked about this if you missed that broadcast. So Biden, as he's leaving out the seat to be the face of the presidency for this country, he go ahead and lifts the restrictions for Ukraine to use Western or American manufactured missiles. These missiles are called ATACMS. They long-range missiles. Ukraine hasn't been able to use long-range missiles here since they've started the war. This is at the thousandth day that this war been going on between Russia and Ukraine. The response to that, Putin, which is the president over, or the prime minister, the ruler over Russia, he say, well, if Ukraine fires a American manufactured long-range missile into our quarters, we're gonna take that as a direct threat from America in the NATO League is what I call it. So these collective countries. All right. That has a lot of people up in arms. They worry. And they saying, well, now, because to that, Putin has lowered the threshold for the nuclear doctrine. What does that mean? That means that in times prior to this event, in order for Putin or Russia to feel the need to use nuclear power, it would take this, that, and so many other things. But now, because of this situation, Putin is saying, well, now it ain't going to take all that. It's going to take a little bit, and we're going to be ready to use nuclear warheads. All right, keeping that in mind. So now, a couple of days ago, Putin not only, he launched this ICBM. What's an ICBM? Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. So for the longest, family, if you don't know, when we're talking about war, for the longest, these different countries, North Korea, along with Russia, so many, they've only been testing these intercontinental ballistic missiles. So they're firing them up in the sky. They just testing them. They don't have a target. And the power of them is that, well, I can shoot this missile from my continent all the way to your continent. I never have to see you. I never have to send troops over there. I never have to have casualties on my side if I chose to operate like that. So Putin launched the ICBM into Ukraine, but it was a regular missile. Now, this is important because they saying, well, imagine if that ICBM, because that's what he launched, it's the first time any country ever actually used the ICBM, family. Imagine if he swapped the warhead out with a nuclear warhead. This is what the people saying. So my thing about it, what I'm seeing, family, because Ukraine is, it is, those countries right next to each other. He landed out in the scheme of things is this. If you had an issue with a person, say this is the mind of a strategical killer. You have an issue with this person. You go to the police department and you file for a restraining order. You say, well, this person, I don't want them around me. They threaten my life. I need them to be under strict rules. With that restraining order, you can't be around them. But the mindset of this person is that really I'm building my case because I want to get rid of you. And just imagine if this same person who put the restraining order on you got a tracking device on your phone. They come to where you at, where the restraining order is saying that, well, if you in so much feet of this person, you in violation of your restraining order. So they figure out where you at, come to where you are, and kill you. How you think that's gonna look on the paperwork with the police, with law enforcement? Because he calling or she calling, yeah, I don't know, they followed me up here to the gas station. They must have followed me whole time. They came up there where you was at with the intent to kill. So I'm saying that Putin is saying, listen, I'm showing y'all the use of this ICBM and I'm really lowering my threshold for the nuclear doctrine to put it on the table to let y'all know I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm really trying to get you. This is a chess move. And all that ties into what's going on to what's called the Middle East. If y'all don't know, they just put a warrant out for Benjamin Netanyahu. This the president over what's called Israel, a Jewish state. And they put the warrant out for him, family, because they saying he's committed war crimes. What are war crimes? Within war, you got what's called rules of engagement. You got certain guidelines of how you're supposed to carry out war. Certain stuff is off limits. So if they're saying that if he committed war crimes, it can be a number of things. Did he tell, the personnel, the military personnel to, let me censor what I'm saying, because take advantage of women? Did he tell them to, mercilessly kill civilians? Did he tell them to, the children, take advantage of the children? Don't spare them. It's so many different things that's enlisted under the definition of what war crimes are. And they saying that this is what Benjamin Netanyahu was supposed to be done. What is that going to lead to? I'm curious to see how this going to play out, and what is the reason for them bringing it up right now. Who is the next in line? If he's actually convicted on those crimes, who is the next leader over the Jewish state? That's something that I'm wondering about. All right, but just to recap everything that we discussed, I think I covered everything that I wanted to get off my spirit. Elon Musk working in close quarters with President Trump. This same Elon Musk said that they building this supercomputer. They built it in Memphis, which is the capital of ancient Egypt. Ha, ha, ha. He laughed. He said maybe Memphis is where the new God gonna come from. All right, and we looked at who is Elon Musk God. He wore what's called the Devil's Champion armor to Heidi Klum's Halloween party. Let me show it to you because you might haven't seen it. So if you came in late, smash the like button. If you learned anything tonight, smash the like button. If you've been edified on anything tonight, smash the like button. But here you go. This the same Elon Musk who's in close quarters with Donald Trump, the president of the United States. He said maybe our new God will come from Memphis. Who is his God? Well, on his chest here, it's the amulet or the image of the Baphomet head with an upside down cross on it. So we know he's not talking about the original God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or the Elohim, for those who know the Hebrew, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. So we see who his God is. We see who he worshiped. We talked about, along with that, E-God, the electronic God. That's what I was trying to get to. All praise to the Most High. Because the name of the department Trump is trying to create for him, along with Vivek, is called DOG, Department of Government Efficiency. So the devil worked backwards. So you spin that around and you get E-God. All right, electronic God. And it's the same Elon Musk who want the people to have a Neuralink. You putting a computer in your brain, and then from that, you'll be able to download and be connected with AI and everything else, technology. So within that, when you see this false God coming through the means of electronics, the beast system, the mark of the beast rolling out even more heavy, because now he's in an even more powerful position. He was just the richest man at first. Now he's the richest man on the planet, and he's friends with the president. The president of the United States, and the United States is recognized as the world power in this hour, in these days and times. So Elon Musk just got a whole lot more power by being friends with this guy. We talked about 2/3, because there's something Elon Musk mentioned. 2/3, the percentage of that actually comes out to be 66.67 or 66.6666666. All those sixes. And we saw those sixes in the logo of CERN. CERN being in Switzerland, Geneva, Switzerland. And on the campus of the CERN, headquarters, you got this deity, which would be a spirit, a goddess. In this case, donated to CERN from India, the goddess Shiva, showing you that the scientists work closely and intertwined. They do believe in spirits, where so many think that scientists don't believe, or science gives no credence to spirituality. It does. The same way that Elon Musk is able to say this new God, which would be spiritual, might come from Memphis. Yeah. What else did we talk about? Elon Musk mentioned Grock. The supercomputer that he built in Memphis is supposed to be named Grock. We looked at Grock. Grock does mean to be deeply, or to have a deep understanding about something. But Grock was also this clown, Swiss clown from Europe, which tied the link to why Switzerland came up to link to why we understand that scientists and spirituality, they understand it. They do work. They understand it. Like the stories about what's been going on at CERN, opening these portals, demons coming out, people dying, losing their lives, playing with these demons. What else did we talk about? We talked about Trump and him being on Joe Rogan podcast, saying that it's prophets in the world that, prophesied that the end of the world will come from the Middle East, Iran, aka. You know what I'm saying? So we discussed a lot of things, man. I pray that it was edifying, though. Questions, comments, and concerns, family, before we close out, man. Questions, comments, and concerns before we close out. Those of you on Facebook, again, I have to apologize. You're tuning in. I don't see y'all through this platform that I'm streaming through. If you do have questions, you might want to come to the YouTube channel, Page of the Hebrew on YouTube. Drop your question or your comment on this side. I'll be able to see it for sure. IG, let me see me check on y'all. Questions, comments, and concerns from y'all. Moshe said he been having a bunch of vivid dreams. Indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, bro. Pay attention to these dreams that the Most High sent us. We got to pay attention to them. Now, all dreams don't really come from the Most High, though. You know what I mean? The devil will send you a dream, too. Yes, I can, Lenolia. What is the request? But the devil will send you dreams too to throw you off. A lot of times how Satan works, family. And it's not just with dreams. This just operation on this, in this realm altogether. A lot of times the Most High have an assignment and a mission for you. But what'll happen, the enemy will try to send somebody in that's an agent of his to get you to spend your spiritual energy on that person instead of who the Most High actually had you assigned to. For example, the Most High might want you to help somebody. And let's just say it's financially. Somebody might call you prior to the actual person who need it and say, hey, bro, can you help me out, sis? Can you help me out? Can you loan me this? And this person might not even need it, man. A lot of people be asking for help, and sometimes the spirit be so wicked in them, they don't need the help. They just want to take something from you so that you don't have it. They don't want you to have it. A lot of these people, they have it and they want to get it from you because they don't want to spend their own money. Yeah, that's how it goes. So you end up giving, you know what I'm saying, that blessing to that person who come up to you. And then right after that, you get a call from somebody who really need it. Like, man, this person don't ever ask me. I know they solid. So I know they really need it. And you might be in a situation where you can't give it to them now because you already gave it to this person who didn't need it, who the enemy sent in first. So we have to be careful of this. So just like that with dreams, sometimes you'll have a dream and, it'll be the enemy trying to get you. You know what I'm saying? Stir it up or distract you in some kind of way. So we pray about these dreams. We pray about these visions that we have. We ask the Most High, what's the interpretation? Help me to retain this dream. Help me to understand it. Strengthen our spirit when we in that realm like that. Indeed, indeed, I got you. Can I lead a live up? So I can go back and take a few notes that I missed. Indeed, this live one should be up when I close out, family. These last couple of times I was using a different platform. It worked a little different. But this one should be, it should still be on the channel. Let's see. Check on IG. Questions over IG. Indeed, I appreciate that, Azariah. Indeed, indeed. Shoot your information. You want to chop it up. Shoot it to children of the prophets. Children of the Prophets 144 at gmail.com. Children of the Prophets 144 at gmail.com. And this is just what, you know what I mean, the most I put on my spirit to share. I'm sure y'all got a lot of insight, family. Y'all got some things that I didn't cover. Y'all know some stuff that I haven't seen. Is a lot going on. But that's why we are important to one another. We gotta love one another. You know what I'm saying? Because what's in you, I need it. And what's in me, you need it for us to work together. All the working parts. With us getting ready for the second Exodus, would I recommend someone to go to college? No man knoweth the day or the hour. And so with that being said, it's like day to day, we still got to live. You know, a lot of people, we think about the second Exodus and, you know, things along those lines of nature. And so many people go into this recluse mode. But you still eat. You know what I mean? You're not going to say, well, because I know the second Exodus coming, I know the system going to crash or whatever, I'm not going to eat today unless you fasting. You ain't going to say, well, I'm going to just stop going to work because I know it's coming. That wouldn't be wise because we don't know when it's actually going to hit. So I'm saying that to say, man, live. Live, but as we live, we got to watch. So the mind state is that which Nehemiah and them had. While we working, we got the sword and the shovel. You know what I mean? So I'm working on building, I'm about my father's business, but at the same time, I got to take care and look out for what's going on in this realm right here because my spirit still has to operate through this flesh. So going to college, you know what I mean, talk to the Most High about it. That's always what I'm going to tell anybody. First, go to the Most High, see what he say. But I don't think that at this point in time that, you know, if something does happen, school ain't going to hinder a person if we really want to go. You know what I mean? College ain't going to hold me. If I'm taking these courses, I'm like, hey, if it's time to roll, hey, I'm going to holler, I'm chunking the deuces, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? It's time to roll. So, preferably that answer your question, though, family. Let's see. Yes, indeed. Still got to take care of the business, man. Still got to. Still have to. But yeah, man, the love is definitely necessary. You got an extra 4 on that, Moshe. 144 or 144. If I speak it properly. I thank the Most High, man. Or sis. I don't know if you're a brother or a sister. But yeah, so family, yeah, let's just stay watchful, man. And again, like I said earlier, I know the temptations is increasing. It's heavy, I know. And we be in different seasons, man. Be mindful of the season that the Most High got you in. Some people will try to put you in their season. You know what I mean? And I'm saying it because some people have just been pouring out constantly pouring out into people. And it's really that time for you to go into the mountains. Like when we look at how Hamashiach, the anointed one, when he did miracles, when he dealt with the people, you would read right after that, a lot of time, he went straight to the mountain. He went and separated himself to go refuel and repower. And we be needing it. That's a necessity, man. Like if we don't have it, you'll burn out. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't meant for us to burn out. So we have to be wise in managing, you know, our time and being mindful of the season that the Most High got us in. If you haven't been pouring out, it might be that time for you to pour out. It's time to speak up for some people. But y'all talk about that too, but you got it to where some people have been so quiet to that when they start talking, the people around them start saying, oh man, you think you tough now. Oh, what's wrong? You got a spirit on. What's wrong with her? What got now she talk? Like a person could have been had an opinion just because I'm quiet and I haven't said anything don't mean that I don't have my own perception about stuff. And so then when you finally speak up for those who have been quiet for so long, people get offended. You know what I mean? And that's not cool. But it is a time to speak up for a lot of us. And it's time for a lot of us to be quiet, man. So just be mindful and see what season the Most High got you in. Oh man, Bimelech says, as soon as I seen who Donald Trump had in his cabinet, right away, I knew the mark of the beast and everything evil coming out of this. Indeed, it's on the way. It's loading. It's on the way. Indeed. So no other questions, comments, or concerns, man. I'm gonna play the music. I pray y'all enjoyed the live and was edified. I sure enjoyed y'all, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. It's a two-way street every time. It say a wise man desires an attentive ear. So what is it? What profit would a person have in knowing things and they can't share it? You know, unless you some kind of selfish person. So I appreciate every time that y'all tune in. If you haven't, smashed the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, comment, share the live as well, man. The devil's champion. That's what we talked about, family. Much love to each and every one of y'all. May the Most High be with y'all and y'all's families. Pray for me as I pray for y'all, man, as we continue forward. Keep bearing that light, man, to bearing the light of the Most High. Peace and blessing to the chosen. Let's see. Yes, indeed. Righteous rebels, we ain't asking to be let in. We kicking the door in. All praise to the Most High. Righteous rebels, labor radicals. Pull a dim on them or call them out on they crap. Reveal the cap, they gon' be mad at you. The person you get married to gon' rob you of your peace, cause you didn't take the time to see. If y'all was spiritually compatible, they wouldn't be comparing you. If they truly valued you, cognitive dissonance, won't believe if you had to prove. Pray, protect, provide, and guide the family. What a dad'll do. Love and comfort, help her king conquer. What a mama do. I'm a Jew, super blessed. I woke up feeling wonderful. Laughing at these devils, man, I promise you they comical. And later news, the Mississippi River drying up, but Route 5 and 7, that applies to us. I'm out there trap trying to save the captives. The people rather stay in shackles whole time. Me and mine down to slay the mouse. Lions eat when the beef's offered. Ain't for the weak or the sweet talkers. Come like a thief on the sleepwalkers. Koran a Hebrew would defrost them. The bread for the children. Lawyer dogs get the leash off them. The parasites try to leech off them. Clone your voice, get your speech out to the baritone. Go and research it. I come from the bottom. The subway I had to resurface. The youngest fashion crash out when they don't see purpose. Clear eyes, clean vision, sight detergent. Purge my temple, had to detox it. In demand, I had to restock it. Rock with soldiers, same message, had to rebox it. Communication encrypted for all the eavesdropping. Them sneaky links got you pissing blood. Toxic tune promoting addictive drugs. They tryna turn our sons to ladybugs. And our daughters into shameless whores, battle scores. Do the right thing, cause the cost of sin is sting. Fruge man with machine, Daniel told us earning clay. To me that resonates as transhumanism, talking cyborgs. All facts, nothing fabricated. In perfect health, then take the vaccination. The Most High, he gives all the praises.